Hello friends, James Stevenson back with another episode of Who's Hating Hard on Tesla Today. It's also an episode of Dunkin on Munken. One of my favorite things to do is to dunk on Brad Munken. I mispronounce his name on purpose so that it rhymes better. Let me check in with my co-host Loki. Loki's doing all right. If he decides to go over and eat his breakfast, I will move the camera over so you don't miss a split second of the thrilling action. So you can keep an eye on Loki in the Loki cam right here below me. But here's where our story for today begins with a tweet originating from Motorhead at Brad Munken, longtime Tesla hater and short seller, describing himself as a hedge fund manager of global automotive stocks, which sounds like just the worst idea for a job anybody ever had. He's the only person I've ever heard of who describes themselves as a global fund manager of automotive stocks. That's dumb. Confession. Oh, and by the way, the only automotive company he hasn't invested in is Tesla. Right? Well, I don't know if it's the only one. The company he campaigns the hardest against, the company he tweets the most about being overvalued, is Tesla, and has been since 2019. When Tesla was trading at a $30 billion valuation, Brad Munken was telling people that it was worth a small fraction of that and that the price was going to fall. Loki is eating his breakfast. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. All right, he gets chicken noodle soup today because his brother was not feeling very good. So he took him to the vet yesterday, and they said chicken noodle soup for a day. So if one dog gets chicken noodle soup, they both do. So you can check that out in the Loki cam. All the thrilling action of Loki eating breakfast. Okay, where are we going with this? Well, the tweet starts retweeting Tesla, who said first Cybertruck built at Giga Texas. All right, so that's news. How does Brad react to this news? Confession, I'm more excited than the average Tesla fanboy over the Cybertruck. I'm dying to see the pricing. All right. So someone replied to that who blocks me. I can't tell you who. You can go look up this tweet if you want to find out who Motorhead was replying to here, saying, I'm excited to see how much this guy hides under his desk once Cybertruck pricing is announced. Now, why would Gary Black hide under his desk? In the mind of Brad Munken, what machinations has Brad played forward in his mind? He thinks Gary is going to regret having ever tweeted, I would expect Cybertruck pricing to start just above Model Y pricing, so $50,000, $60,000, and $80,000, which would compete well against the Rivian R1T, which starts at $75,000 at the high end and allows all Cybertruck trims to qualify for the $7,500 EV tax credit under the Inflation Reduction Act. Gary famously abbreviates his tweets to get so much more information packed in to every line. For reference, the F-150 Lightning EV starts at $60,000 and runs to $98,000. So what's Cybertruck pricing? We still don't know because Tesla still hasn't announced it, right? Well, Bloody Reality, who I just did a Who's Hating Hard on Tesla Today video about, replied, Gary Black has already decided how the product, which doesn't exist other than prototypes, should be priced with zero market research, zero information on actual cost of goods sold, and literally zero experience in building cars. Let's just call him Zero Experience Gary, said the anonymous troll without a face or a name on their Twitter account, who makes absurd claims, if you've been through Bloody Reality's tweets, like spanning, owning 25 Teslas, owning several businesses, managing investments that have made billions of dollars for people, like absurd stuff for an anonymous account. So I replied, yes, Brad's much smarter, so his prediction will be much closer. What do we have here? It's Brad Munken's prediction from November 25th, 2019. The final price tags, if they want to break even, will be as follows for the Cybertruck. You can chase this tweet is still up. You can go find this tweet and scroll up and see they're talking about the Cybertruck. I have screenshots, though, in case Brad deletes it. Low end, $160,000. Mid-range, $200,000 for the starting price for the mid-range Cybertruck. And the high-end Cybertruck will start at $280,000. That assumes 200 kilowatt hour, 250 kilowatt hour, and 300 kilowatt hour battery packs, respectively. Cost per kilowatt hour for a pack is $163, Brad said, as if that was correct. Pack is 25% of cost of goods sold, as if that was correct. Like, these are dumb things being tweeted by Brad Munken. And he's not done yet. He closes off the tweet. They'll lose 100% of orders. No one will buy a Cybertruck. That was Brad Munken's confident prediction in late 2019. Tesla will sell 0 Cybertrucks because their starting price point will be $160,000, and their top trim Cybertruck will start at $280,000. That's what Brad said. He replies here, "You always post my tweets from around 2019. Why don't you post my tweets from 2022? Lots of Tesla fanboys got wiped out in Q4 2022. So I replied, okay, here's a small assortment of your tweets from just the month of December 2022 alone. I decided to make it fair by excluding the 11 oldest months of 2022. I confined my search to only December of 2022, less than 1 year ago, like way less, like 8 months ago. Here's what Brad Munken was tweeting. This is why we're not even in the first inning of Tesla going to $5. The main thesis is that they make losses in 2023. I'm filling my boots with puts before the Q4 22 results, Jan 25th. So what do we have here? Well, it's a chart of at what point in time Brad Munken made these tweets. You know, in December, the stock price fell to bargain basement prices because there was a general market freak out. Tesla's a high beta stock. Other reasons drove the stock price down to very affordable prices. If you filled your boots with Tesla stock long in January, you're happy that you did, because the stock price has come roaring back to much higher levels where it remains to this day. But that's not what Brad Munken thought. On December 6th of 2022, he thought Tesla was going to $5. Where's $5 on this chart? It does not appear on this chart. The lowest number shown on the logarithmic x-axis here is $100. Did Tesla trade for $100? No, it didn't. Tesla has remained a triple-digit price stock ever since, for a long time, for a long time, right? You have to go back several years to find a time when Tesla was trading below $100 on a split-adjusted basis. Here Brad said, I'm not as stupid as you Tesla fanboys. If Tesla is oversold, I'll buy calls, which I did yesterday. Now, I wonder if it was like the same week calls or something. If it was, he lost money for a couple of weeks before making money on his calls, if he held them that long. I kind of doubt that he did because of what this tweet says. Tesla might report in line or a beat to deliveries on January 2nd. Q4 consensus is 418,000, according to Tesla. Tesla beat that estimate. Key is pricing, which is down. I'm filling my boots with puts before the Q4 22 results on Jan 25. So, yeah, at this point, Brad Munken was shorting Tesla stock, betting that it would go down more. And here is what's happened since. There you go. And that is my video for today. We'll check back in with Loki, who ate only part of his breakfast. We'll see if he comes back for the rest of it later. And I will outro and say, if you've enjoyed today's video, click the like button. If you're not subscribed to my channel, why not go ahead and subscribe to my channel over here and click the notification bell to get alerted whenever I post fresh content on YouTube. Thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon or on Twitter or by joining my YouTube channel, as my executive producers Kathy Kitchler and Rebellionaire.com did, earning them a shout out at the end of every video. And I'll see you in the next one.